Hey students, so I want to show you this process of putting this drawer together. Last time I was with you, I showed you how we could use the new lay jig to cut our fingers out of the front, back, and sides of the drawer. So this is our new jig. I showed you last time, the lay jig. This is the old system I used to use. And it worked, but I found it much more cumbersome as far as keeping it dialed in. And if you notice, it kind of puts your fingers a little close to the blade as well. And I was having trouble with students running this thing, and if you lift up, you can actually take your support through the bit and cut through the bit. So in short, to make a story short, I like this one much better. It's much safer. Your hands stay here away from the bit. Much easier to use and to keep dialed in. So I highly recommend. It's a little bit more of an investment, but I think for the student usage, it's easier for the students to use and safer. Okay, and I had success. Both of them, we had to put a sacrificial board behind and in front to keep the tear out from happening, but easily done on the lay jig. So how did I get to this point? Last time you saw me cut the fingers, so how did I put it together? I want to show you that process. Let me put on my GoPro here, make sure I've got it angled down enough. Okay, and we'll get going here. You might see that I've got these, they're called cauls, and they're the same size as our fingers, 3/8 of an inch. And they're, with the band clamp, it's drawing it all together, okay? It's able to push the fingers in tight. So I need to add the glue with my glue spreader in each. Got to really work quickly on this because it takes a while to get it all together. Got my drawer cut, or the bottom of the drawer cut, okay? You might notice it's got washers. It's got slots in here for to help you with the band clamp. I needed a second pair of hands, but that really helped me out. Somebody was thinking when they designed these cauls, and you can buy cauls all different sizes depending on what your finger size is, right? But you can see how those washers keep it lined up. Looks like my washer fell out of this side. Put that back in there. We'll be doing that again here shortly. Okay. So let me show you how I got there. Here's the plan. First of all, I want to talk about the bottom. Okay, 15 sixteenths, 15 and 15 sixteenths, and 18 and 15 sixteenths. So got our material, the plywood, ripped it here, right? This was my 15 and 15 sixteenths dimension. Okay, then brought it over here, squared an end, cut it to 18 and 15 sixteenths, and it worked perfectly in the drawer. Now, how does it fit inside of our 4 sides? Well, we brought it over each side. I've got 2 here. Brought them over, set this up at a 1/4 inch, right? And set my blade at just under a 1/4 inch and ran it through with the bottom edge in and down. Okay, ran it through. Then I had to take it over on my second cut because that was only an 1/8 inch, right? The bottom material's about just over 3/16, right? It was under a 1/4 inch, so I had to move it over 30 seconds from there, okay, and made a second cut, and it worked perfectly, okay? So what I did is I marked my bottom of each piece, the bottom inside with some X's, so that helped me keep them straight. The X was down and in for both cuts, okay? So that's how I've got the dado, right? If it's on the edge of the piece, it's a rabbet. But if it's inside anywhere, it's considered a dado. All right, so that's how we got it to that stage. Got the bottom cut and the drawers, or I'm sorry, the sides dados cut. So it all fit together. And I'm gonna take our band clamp off, hopefully. I think yeah, that'll work. That's gonna be a real wrestling match, I'm afraid, but that's the best way I've figured it out how to do it. We'll set our cauls to the side. Notice how they're opposite. So see how I've got the positives on the two corners and the negatives on the other two corners? That's how they match up, okay? To push those fingers together with the band clamp. Okay, so I need to take this all apart. Let's carefully, fits pretty tight. But not too tight. Any tighter than it would be. Okay, so my process is going to be work from one corner around. I'm going to put some glue down where I don't get it on everything. Okay, let's put it over here. Oh, perfect. It's sealed tight. Let's get us a scratch awl. And see if we can push some glue through this. I need to get some new glue bottles, don't I? Okay, that's gonna help. Put down a good amount of glue and let's get to it. See if we can get this drawer put back together. All right, so here we go. I'm going to paint the fingers and then put them into the sockets. Okay, let's lay everything out as it should be and see how this works. Boy, this is going to be tough for my open time, isn't it? Of keeping it down to just a few minutes. I hope I've got my GoPro set right for you.